अस्सलाम वालेकुम। मैं हूं आपका अपना यूई उसामा एजाज, डायरेक्टर द विजन ग्रामर स्कूल। Yet another very great session with Sir Alaa Garad, the Vice-Chancellor Al Maktoum College of Higher Education, Scotland. We are here to have another very good episode. We welcome you, sir. Thank you very much to be on board with us, and really thankful to you for the precious time. And today's episode, we are having a very interesting topic with Sir Alaa Garad, that the role of institutions in lifelong learning and upskilling the workforce. So I hope all the listeners will get maximum out of this session. So, sir, welcome on board. Assalamu alaikum. How are you?
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullah, Mr. Osama, and salam to all your audience. Thank you very much for having me today. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. And I would say, rather like Q&A, it's like really a beautiful conversation. It's not a question and answer. It's
Yes.
more a beautiful conversation because we learn from each other.
Yes, of
Thank you
course.
very much.
So, sir, the first and the most important question is for the graduate students in our society, that students are graduating from the universities and they are heading towards their professional career. So, what do you think? What is your perspective about what is the importance of lifelong learning, why it is becoming so crucial for this generation, both for the individuals and as a nation? What is your perspective in that? What is the need of that lifelong learning skills?
Uh, I think, if you allow me, Mr. Osama, this is my views, but this also supported by research and by industry leaders and by every successful person. The real competitive advantage any individual can have is the ability to learn.
Exactly.
Because I have been in IT for some time. I have been certified as MSc, MCS, Microsoft Certified System Engineer, and Cisco, and all of that. But a year later, it becomes obsolete, and it wasn't it didn't lose it lost its competitive being a certified system engineer or something, because technology outdates quickly, and we may lose our funds, we may lose our assets. The one thing we cannot lose and no one can take it from you is your learning,
Great.
your knowledge, your ability to learn. And this is why I always talk to my students, my graduates, my colleagues, my family members, that focus on learning, invest in learning, not education.
Yes.
Not There is a difference between learning and education. We all have qualifications, we all have some certificate or some degree,
Yes.
but this is not a guarantee that we learn something.
Yes.
So what I'm saying here, I am not saying do not get educated. I'm saying when you are educated, when you are sitting in a classroom, when you are in a situation, focus on what is the learning that I say, oh, this is a boring class, I don't want to go to the lecture today. I say, no, there must be something you can learn. Even if the topic is boring, you may meet a colleague there, you learn something from this colleague. You may learn something not related to the lecture, but some story the lecturer said in the classroom that inspires you to do something. So we should focus on the learning, and the learning that can become a product that can benefit us in our life. That's my mantra
So,
about learning.
oh, very well said, sir. Actually, this actually happened to me as well. After 13 to 14 years gap, I'm having my specialization in education leadership. And at the beginning, I realized that there is nothing for me to learn. But with the passage of time, while I'm interacting with the people and I'm sitting in the classroom without any intent to have the learning, but I learned a lot. After a year, I realized that there are a lot of things that I've learned from that classes, in which I used to have the intent that yes, just pass the class and just go through the time. But now I'm realizing, I'm getting from you that I have learned a lot. I have developed myself with something that I didn't have in myself a year ago. But now, yes, you are right that learning is a continuous process, and we must focus on that as well. So, sir, what is your perspective on that particular another thing that the countries, developed countries like your Scotland and London, etc. What is the difference between the lifelong learning perspective in that countries that are developed and the developing countries like Pakistan? So, what you suggest? Okay, what focuses should be in mind for these type of countries? Please enlighten that.
Okay, that's a very difficult and political question. Okay, Osama, what I see here, first of all, I know the classification of countries as developing and developed and emerging countries, but believe me, and I'm not flattering our audience in Pakistan here. I visited Pakistan 2 times. I spent 3 weeks there. That's all my experience with Pakistan. However, since that time, I keep educating myself and learning about Pakistan and the nation, the Pakistani nation. I don't really, maybe in terms of infrastructure, in terms of materialistic things, yes, there is a room for improvement here. But in terms of the wealth, the legacy, the knowledge, the wisdom, the heritage, the culture, Pakistan is not a developing country. It's a very developed country, in
Alhamdulillah.
my opinion.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, I understand maybe internet is not connected all the time, maybe some issues with infrastructure, but again, think of it, it's over 250 million people. That's not easy as well. So what I suggest, or what I see the difference here, in UK and Europe, they emphasize the value of learning, not only education. And this is reflected in the policies. So in England last year, they launched a policy called LLE, Lifelong Learning Entitlement, which means the government will fund you to go and learn. In the past, it was only for an academic degree. So you get funded if you do a higher national certificate or diploma or a bachelor or a master. However, now this funding is extended and expanded to any sort of learning. So if you go and learn a 2 hours course, you are entitled to get funded for this. So it's a lifelong learning. It's not only the bachelor degree or the vocational degree, it is a continuation of lifelong learning. So they encourage you to go and learn. However, if the government in a developed or emerging country, let's say like Pakistan, doesn't have this luxury to fund everyone, though the fees is not that really big. My mantra again here, Osama, is my learning is my responsibility.
Exactly.
My learning is my responsibility. Even if I don't have access to formal education, there are abundance of resources available for free. If you go to University of People, there is a university called University of People. You can get a bachelor degree for free. You pay only $100 for the exam in one subject. Okay. If you go to Coursera, you go to Udemy, you go to edX, all these platforms, they have free courses. You pay only for the certificate. So you can get a professional course and skill, a certificate from Stanford or Harvard or Cambridge for free. And or if you want to get an evidence that you did the course, you get a certificate, you pay $50 to $100 or something. I know maybe 50 is a big amount in some places, but still it is worthy to do it. And the world now is looking for skills more than the academic degree. Exactly. I know it doesn't make sense for me as an academic and Vice-Chancellor, and I say this, but this is the reality. The market is looking for the skill. What can you do for me?
Yes.
If you have a Harvard degree, but you cannot add value to the workplace, then why should I hire you?
Yes, of course.
So the world stopped just hiring for the certificate. Huge, big universities losing their reputation. This week, the index was published, and University of Cambridge is number 5 now in the UK.
Oh.
Number 2 is St. Andrews University, a beautiful university 20 minutes from my home here in Scotland. Great. It is number 2 today. Great. All over the UK. It is better than Oxford and Cambridge.
Great,
So
great.
the idea of the ranking and reputation and this luxury is not there anymore. And believe me, all the research and indications and future foresight telling us within 2 years, 10 years, universities may disappear
Oh,
with their current structure, the traditional structure of universities. That means we have to focus on learning. Yes, if I can get a degree, get a degree, but focus on learning that you can action it, learning you can put in action. Okay, so I'm paying a lot of money to people who know web design, for example. They come and design a website for me, and they are medical doctor. Okay, but they
hmm,
like graphic design and web design, and they take it as a hobby, and they make money out of this hobby.
great.
Okay, so that's what I mean. The more skills we learn, the more opportunities we're gonna to have. And again, to all young people, to all students, please don't look at the circumstances right now. Don't like that I don't have money, I will not have an opportunity, the country is huge. That's none of our business. That's
Exactly.
none of my business, not your business. Your business, if you are a student, to focus and put 110% of your soul, heart, brain, time to get your degree, to learn some skill. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will open doors for you later. It's not of our business that what are we going to do? There is a huge unemployability. I am not connected. I don't have a relative who is a minister to open doors for me. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will open doors for you. Don't worry about this.
Beshak, Beshak. Inshallah. Sir, I really appreciate all the thoughts because it helped me a lot as well. And you are heading towards my next question, but you have already answered all misconceptions as well because I was supposed
I'm
to
sorry,
ask
I'm a
you.
bit talkative, and I know
No, no,
I'm
that's
sorry for
great.
that.
I love that. I love to hear you, sir, exactly because this is the real ground problem, actually, because we are not focusing. And once you are also threatening the universities as well in the future, that the upcoming 10 years, they will face the difficulties in the infrastructure as well. So, sir, can you guide as well with that? Ki what is the mindset they must adopt? As an educationist, as the entrepreneur, as the education head of the institute as well, I want to learn something from you as well, from my platform here, and I'm hoping that everyone is listening around us as well. So, what is the mindset and how we can just move ourselves around and change the dimensions? As you said, that the world is looking for the skills now. So, from where we are going to now initiate the things, as I'm asking as an entrepreneur, that from where now I'm supposed to start my initiatives, because I have around 500 or 1,000 students in my institute as well. So now, what you suggest me that Usama, do this, change your mindset, and initiate these things in your institute. So in the meanwhile, with this contemporary and traditional learning, these are the important aspects which will be helpful in the near future or the long run, because we are focusing, we need in Pakistan, we need some short term remedies and some long run remedies as well. So please suggest, can you please from here, that what are the shortcomes remedies we can do to save ourselves, and as we have the potential, alhamdulillah, as you said, we are not lacking anything in this country, just a mindset we need and the initiative. So please guide us on this as well.
Okay, I lost you a little bit, but I captured the question. I'll do my best to answer. The mindset is really simple. I mean, also maybe simple to say, but hard to implement, but it is
Exactly.
doable. The mindset, we should start being optimistic. Our attitude should be optimism, that we are optimistic. I cannot claim that I'm a religious person or something, but I am a believer. And I always believe that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will open doors. The more I go in my pursuit, doors will be open. وأن ليس للإنسان إلا ما سعى.
Bishop.
Okay. We have to do sa'i, we have to do pursuit within our capacity. So if I'm a student now, I am not expected to solve the problems of the world. What I'm expected to do is to do very well with my learning, to do the best whatever I can do to get high marks, to understand the topics, to go the extra mile and find extra resources on YouTube, on TEDx, on ChatGPT, asking my peers, asking my lecturers, teachers. So I have to go the extra mile and ensure that I am doing well in my subject, in my topic. Even if I don't like it for now, don't waste time. Like it. You will say, how can I like it? That what happened to me. I always wanted to study business administration and management. So when I was in the university, came to year 4, you have to choose the specialization. And I wanted to choose either management or political science. But I noticed that these two categories, they can't find a job easily. Those who choose accounting, they can find a job easily. There is a need for accountants. I decided to love accounting. I made a decision. You are talking about mindset, right?
Exactly.
Before that date, I didn't like accounting. I'm not good in figures and numbers. In that day, I programmed my mind that I will like, not only like, I will love accounting
Exactly.
and I will do a good job in accounting. In year 4, the final year at the university, we were studying 9 different subjects in accounting: tax accounting, marine accounting, management accounting. And I did it. And I was number 8 on the college, one of the top 10. I was
Congrats.
number 8.
Great.
I still have this piece of paper with the ranking that Alaa Garad number 8. Okay. And I got the job within 2 weeks
Great.
after the graduation. And I didn't get any intervention. I printed a sample CV. I printed a business card for myself and I wrote accountant. And I went to the industrial zone in my city, Ismailia, in Egypt. I went to every single company. I bought my CV and my card. And the following day, a company called me and said, come for an interview. And I got the job.
Great.
As simple as that. Okay. So what I want to say here, even if the topic we are studying is boring, let's do it. No time to waste, no time to lose the opportunity. Do it. Get your bachelor, get your vocational education degree, get your training course, whatever you are doing, and then start putting it into action. And the opportunity will come to do what we want. Later, many years later, I managed to do my master's in management and quality and my PhD and everything. Okay. If I summarize here to our audience, the only place where the word success comes before the word work is the dictionary. Only in the dictionary, you see success and then work.
Yes.
In real life, everywhere else, work comes first, then success. So we have to work. But another thing, the more we work, the more we become lucky.
Exactly. That's great. Yes, you're right.
Because people think, oh, this Osama is lucky. He has his podcast and he knows everyone and he's lucky. No, it's not about his lucky. He created his luck.
Exactly.
He did a lot of work and then he came across nice people who helped him. He came across someone who said a word and he learned something from this. So he created his business around this and so on. So the more we do genuine work from our hearts, the more we become lucky and doors will be open for us.
Sir, so nice of you. All the thoughts were very, very perfectly fitted with the mindset. And I hope that all the audience will follow the things. So one more thing I want to add here, that in Pakistan, now people are moving and heading towards learning skills. But the problem arises is the industrial employability, because there is also a need of industries that incorporate all the skilled people. In Pakistan especially, the youth are moving abroad to find out the jobs after getting some skills. So how can we bridge in that gap within the industries and the institutions? Because institutions now, they are trying and started their journey with the skills as well. As you said, it is a need of the time. But unfortunately in Pakistan, there is a lot of gap between the industrial requirement and employability and the products that are putting out by the institutions. So how we can bridge in that actual gap? So what suggestions you give us and our audience, someone who is listening, a policymaker or an industrialist, hope so they are listening as well as. So how can we bridge that gap, please?
Okay. Okay. Again, Osama, the idea we start with the mindset. So, and also answering big question, what I am good at, what can I do? What I enjoy doing. Okay. If I enjoy doing IT or using my hands in work, to sharpen it. Sharpen it means I need to take some courses in this. I need to know the ins and outs of this. Okay. Then we need to see which language we are going to use. I see many friends and colleagues from Pakistan, from Egypt, from India, from all over the world. They want to travel abroad, but that's fine. I am not against this. Okay. But do we have the weapons? Do we have the tools for abroad? Do we speak good English? Okay. Do we speak proper English? Until today, I spent 2 decades here. I don't consider myself fluent in English. I keep learning new things. Okay. So I see people cannot hold a conversation with their supervisor, cannot write a proper email. You know, so there are basic skills we need to acquire before we think of traveling. If we want to go abroad, yes, fine, that's okay. Many successful companies are led by expatriates. Look at Google, Microsoft, Deutsche Bank, all these companies are led by people not native English speakers or not citizen of the country where they live now originally. However, they did a great job. They were prepared. They got themselves prepared. Okay.
Yes.
And also ideas, some people ask me, oh, can you please help us to get any job, find us any job somewhere? There is nothing called any job. We need to know what we want to do and get prepared for it. I told you about my own story, and I use my own story because I am in front of you here. I'm using myself. I'm not talking about someone I don't know. Okay. When I wanted to travel abroad, I had to, I went and worked in summer. I saved some money and I attended 6 important computer courses. That time we used to have something called DOS, Desk Operating System. And Windows 3.1 was a big deal, was an invention. And I witnessed Windows 95 when it was launched and all of that. So I got these 6 comprehensive courses in computer. I went to the American University, the branch in my city, Ismailia. I attended condensed courses. My parents couldn't afford to pay me this luxury, computer courses and English. So I had to work afternoon in a hotel. I worked as a waiter. I was a waiter in the hotel. Before waiter was a promotion. I was washing cars. So I was washing the cars of the guests of the hotel and learning English at the same time. Then the hotel owner once saw me or listened to me speak and he said, "You're good in English. Come, you start as a waiter." And then a few months later, I got promoted as a receptionist. Okay. And yet I was, I was learning and I was making money to learn. And I didn't feel shy because some people say shy that doing such jobs. I was washing the cars and my colleagues from the university or from the English course, they pass by, I say hello and we chat. I wasn't shy to do this. Okay. So we need to be good in something. This is why when I finished my degree, I worked this 1 year as accountant and I decided to travel abroad. I had 3 things. I was one of the top 10 in my subject. I was speaking fluent English that time, and I know computer. This was the currency that
Great.
I got the job again in another 2 weeks. I was in the other country when I traveled. I'm not Superman. I am just average person. But what I'm saying, we need to have the currency, the skills that can take us abroad.
I hope this story will help the students as well, because as very well said that you must have that skills and the currency, as you said, to travel abroad. Uh, if I ask you in the next 10 years, what sort of skills, what sort of the life skills and what sort of workforces we must adopt, as you said at that time, you need that computer skills, because it reminds me of that in 98 we bought a Pentium 3 of Pakistani rupees around 1 lakh, and that was the best thing we had. But now it is a generation time. So, what sort of skills in the next 10 years you are seeing that the students must pursue and the institutions work on, especially all over the world? That is a requirement as per your perceptions.
I think it is not secret. There are technical skills we need, but there are interpersonal skills. We call them meta skills. Meta
Meta skills.
skills. We need to have a combination of both. For me, it matters a lot the meta skills first, the human side of it. So we have to be smart and emotional intelligent. We have to know how to deal with people, to understand how to express our emotions, how to be objective in the discussion, how to address people, how to feel others, how to say thank you, how to ask for things when we need it. My mantra always: ask for it, you may get it. Ask for it, you may get it. And it happens to me every day. I ask colleagues and seniors for a favor to do me something. But then I do also things to others. So ask for it, you may get it. We need to learn this, okay? We need to be emotionally intelligent, improve our social skills. That's number one. Number two, the language. And it's not secret that English language is very important. We need to focus on English. We need to learn English very well without an accent. We need to be fluent in English and find ways to reduce our accent. Okay, that's number two. If we can learn one more language, I am 50 years old now. I'm learning Portuguese. Okay, I attend classes online, and I have a teacher who's younger than me 30 years, but she's my teacher. She teaches me Portuguese online. Okay, now I can communicate in Portuguese. When I go to Brazil, Portugal, Angola, it's easy for me to get in touch easily because
Easily.
people like me when I talk Portuguese. Okay, so that's the language number two. Then the technical skills. Okay, and no secret that AI is so important. We know it. It's not optional anymore. If we don't know AI, we will become illiterate. We need to understand AI as, and AI is not only ChatGPT. It's not only to do assignments, because some students, they take it the negative way, bigger than this. So we need to find out how can I optimize AI and the technology to leverage what I do, because I have to be good in something. This something could be mechanics, could be cooking, could be bakery, could be accounting, whatever. We have to be good in one thing. We need to find out what is this one thing we want to be good at. That's it.
So, sir, may I ask, when will you start learning Urdu to communicate in Urdu?
I started few words last November, so it's not long time ago.
So let us
And
start the
then I'm
conversation.
trying to.
I guess I'll have the Urdu online classes as we are having the Portuguese as well. So
I know a
now,
few words, but I feel guilty not learning more. So maybe when I come again in November, I'll
inshallah,
study
I'll
more.
teach you something, inshallah, when we'll have a one-to-one meeting.
Okay.
So great, sir. That's really great that you are having a very clear mindset over this. I think for all the audience who are hearing and listening and watching, everyone will realize that if Alaa Garad can do it, if Usama can do something, so you have to take a start. I guess there is a need of taking an initiative and a mindset, clear mindset, that do something. When there is a will, there is a way. When you got your will, you will start.